you very much. The President of this press club, Secretary General of the press club, all other friends, distinguished journalists present here, and my colleague from Nepal, the Central Committee member, and other friends, and all other journalists gathered here. By that way, my wife also came here. First of all, I would like to extend my deepest thanks for you for organizing this very important press meet for me and extending warm hospitality to me. Thank you very much. I am from a neighboring country. Nepal is your neighbor and India is our neighbor. Nepal, as you know, is not a small country. We are situated in between big country, India and China. Nepal seems to be a small country, but we have also almost 30 million population, and Nepal has 141,000 square kilometers of land. Nepal is actually a very beautiful country. It is a turntable actually. So many civilizations converge in Nepal. The Dravidian civilization, Aryan civilization, Mongolian civilization, and all other civilizations converge in Nepal to develop Nepalese civilization. Right now, the whole world is actually following the principle of Buddha, the peaceful coexistence. India, China, Nepal were the proposer of this principle in the modern world. So we have been following this great principle. After that, Nepal a little bit concise in its land, but Nepal always remained independent. Up to 1950, there was a oligarchical family rule of Ranaji. The ruling Ranaji was fell down in 1950s revolution. There was a revolution in 1950. The Nepalese people staged this. Many political parties organized this revolution. But unfortunately, the leadership of that time could not protect the fruits of that revolution, could not develop a new constitution, could not develop our society, economical, cultural. That's why, again, in 1960, there was a coup d'etat, a military coup by the king, and all the fruits of the revolution were shattered. And after that, a panchayati democracy named autocracy was imposed in our country. For 30 years, since 1960 to 1990, there was panchayati system. Its name was panchayati democracy, but actually it was a autocracy. But in 1990, we fought against the monarchy and panchayat system. All political parties came together and we made an important change in 1990. We got multi-party democracy. After that, in the first election, after that change, we made a new constitution, and after that new constitution, we held first election. In that first election, my party, the Communist Party of Nepal, UML, became the main opposition party. We could not get majority, but it was for the first time in the history of Nepal, became a national party, a very important party. After that, in 1993, another election held in Nepal. In that election, my party became the first party of Nepal. And we organized a minority government under the leadership of the late respected chairman, Comrade Manmohan Adhikari. He led the minority government in Nepal. That was the first communist government in our history. And it was very successfully led, very popular government. It was so popular, although it was only for 9 months' time it could rule. But it was very popular government. It produced some very important policy. Our village should be developed our own. Afno gaon, apne banao. It is in Nepal. Our village should be built ourselves. That was the slogan. Among the political party, we made a very important agreement among us. This is called 12-point agreement. That 12-point agreement was very important agreement in our history. And according to that 12-point agreement, all political parties came together to launch a big mass movement, a militant mass movement under the monarchy. And according to that call, the Nepalese people actually, every family, every member perhaps came to the street. And in Kathmandu, you know, more than 100,000 people were gathered in one day when the change was occurred. That type of mass movement occurred in Nepal. And we made a big change in 2006. That was a very big change in our history. After that, the monarchy was eliminated. Actually, feudalism was eliminated from the soil of Nepal, economically and politically. But culturally, there are so many impacts are there. We have to develop our new culture from many fronts. And we would like to learn from Kerala also. There are alternatively sometimes Communist Party rule and sometimes Congress Party rule. There are two fronts. Is it so? One is led by Communist Party and one is led by Congress Party. Two fronts alternatively are ruling Kerala since a long time. So we would like to know the experiences of Kerala. How you are developing your health system, education system. Everybody is educated in Kerala. I know, I am hearing all these things in Kerala. 100% literacy. Is it true?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great achievement actually. 100% literacy. So, we are also on the way to make our country 100% literacy. We are committed to do it. We have to develop our health in the same way. And we have to develop our resources. As you know, Nepal is very rich in water resources. Hydropower development could be done. And there are big rivers. You could use those rivers to conduct water services also. And some of our friends are trying to do it. Some Kerala friends and Nepalese friends are trying to use Nepalese rivers to give water services. Cruise, steamer. Is it true? Yeah. That type of efforts is going on. So I think in the future, our country is observing tourism. Nepal is a very important destination for tourism also. Northern Nepal is covered by snow, covered by big mountains of the world. And there is in the middle, Nepal is covered by very, very beautiful hills. I like the culture of Kerala, language of Kerala, people of Kerala, the people's habits of Kerala. Very lovely people.
Involved, and China is helping Nepal build the infrastructure. And Nepal does not want to be dependent totally on India. So it's looking towards China. So how do you react to that?
Actually, Nepal has a very good relation with both of our neighbors, India and China. And we want to have a very balanced relation. In this new world, in this modern world, many nations are developing. And China and India and China are developing very fast. At this time, the fast developing countries, they belong to these fast developing countries. And they are becoming the very important power of the world. China is becoming the first power, according to some latest data. And India is becoming second power. So naturally, the eye of the world is centered on Nepal. How Nepal could develop? In the same way, you also make a question to me. It's a very important question. Nepal is a non-aligned country forever. It's a neutral country. It's always friendly to India, and it's always friendly to China. Sometimes there were problems between China and India. At that time also, Nepal always remained non-aligned, friendly to both of our neighbors. So we want to be friendly with both of our neighbors. We want to learn from them. We want to have more and more cooperation with them to develop our country. We want to develop in our own way. And China is developing its own model. India is developing its own model. From those models, we have to learn a lot, but we have to develop our own model. In the international relations also, we want to have our own model of international relations. Pardon?
So the Communist Party in Nepal see the spirituality. Your nation is based on Buddhism.
Spiritually. Yeah. Actually, Nepal is a country of civilization also. We have Buddhism, we have Hinduism, we have Kiratanism, and even Islamism also, Christianism also developing in our country. And we are secular to all those trends. State is above all. State is friendly to all of them. We have our such policy. So, secular spirituality, as Santigiri Ashram also postulate, we like it. I like personally. Our country is always friendly with all religion, with all philosophy, with all belief around the country and around the world. Thank you.
Sir, related question. Some of the Hindu rightist groups in Nepal, in fact, even last month, there was a demand that the secular constitution should be abolished and Nepal should go back to Hindu Rashtra. It should be declared as Hindu Rashtra. Do you see any possibility of going back and abolishing the secular principles of your constitution and declaring it as a Hindu Rashtra?
Yes, a few people in Nepal are of the view that Nepal should be a country of Hinduism or Hindu country. That type of thinking is there. But the majority of the people made the new constitution is secular. Secularism is the national trend. It is unavoidable and irreversible trend. Yes.
Lok Sabha elections are coming in India. How do you look at these elections as a leader of a major political party in Nepal?
I hope that our friendly people of India will have their choice. It is their self-determination. It is your right. Which political party is more popular, more poor people, more poor country? It should be decided by the people of India, by the sovereign people of India. So, I hope the decision of the Indian people will not be wrong. Thank you.
Situation of present communist parties, present political situation of communist parties in India, about their growth.
Here in Kerala they are ruling alternatively, but in other parts, particularly in Bengal and Tripura, they have lost. This is the characteristic of parliamentary system. Sometimes some party win if they have good issues before the people. Sometimes they lose. But the Communist Party of India, either Marxist Communist Party or CPI or Communist Party of ML Liberation, we have good relation with these three Communist parties. And I hope the friends in India will come together in like Nepal. And they will fight the election with good issues, with good results.
How do you see the Communist Party faring in the present elections?
Pardon?
In the present election, with Lok Sabha elections, how do you think that the Communist Party will perform in India? And
in India?
Yeah.
It is up to them. It is up to them. And it is up to their issues, their agenda. If their agenda will be very high in the mind of the Indian people, they will win the election. The Communist Party of India could do good result. That is my hope. But I don't know what is the will of the Indian people.
The participation of Indian Communist parties in the parliament is decreasing. That's why we are asking, are you following the future of Communist parties in India?
I hope that the socialism is the future of the world. This is the future of India. This is the future of Nepal. Universally, I could say it. And naturally, the Communist Party could progress. Sometimes it could lose the election, but ultimately the Communist Party must progress. Because the Communist Party should be the party of the people. They should reflect the agenda of the people. If they reflect the agenda of the people, they will progress. There is no question. But sometimes they could not do. That's why they lose.
So why don't you change the name to Socialist Party instead of Communist Party?
Our world was ruled by communists. Since a long time in the past, you know. There are millions of years. The human society was passing through communism in the past. Then came That's correct. Yes. Then came slavery. Then came feudalism. Slavery was for some 1,000 years. And then came feudalism. Feudalism was also for some 1,000 years. And then came capitalism. It has been only 500 years. Its age has been only 500 years. But now the socialism is coming up. So in the future, I believe that there is a future of socialism. And slowly and gradually, the society would transit towards communism. That's why the name of the Communist Party is okay. It is not necessary to change.
Nepal worried about the growing Hindu fundamentalism in India, or the overdrive on Hindutva politics. How do you see the developments taking place in India?
Ultimately, fundamentalism does not work in the society. The society is secular. As a whole, India is also a secular country. The secularism is developing. That would remain dominant in the world, in India also. That's my belief. That's my hope. But I don't know what will be the mind of the people of India. What will be their decision? I welcome their decision.